ṣiṣẹ́ fún ilẹ̀ bàbá wa, ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ìlú bàbá wa, ká jùmọ̀ sowọ́pọ̀ ká lè gbójúlú àga. Odùduwà lè gbé wá, ọmọ Odùduwà ṣègìrì. Ẹ dìde fún ẹ̀kọ́ adúláwọ̀, ká lè jọ jùmọ̀ gbé délẹ̀ ìlérí. Àwa lẹ́gbà ògo ilẹ̀ wa, ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká lè jọ gbàdé, ká lè gbàdé adé adúláwọ̀. Àwa ni ìmọ̀lẹ̀ tí yóò tàn káàkiri. Koikimedia, àwa là ń gbé tó lárugẹ. Kásá, ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà wà kájé gbúgbà yín jẹ. À ń gbé tó lárugẹ, à ń kásá lárugẹ. News and sports, ẹ máa rí gbọ́. Ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ mi ló ní kí n máa ké dandan. Koikimedia, ọ̀rọ̀ lágbájú mọ̀ mi o. Máa bá ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ, ọmọ Yorùbá nìyẹn.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon from everywhere, every angle that you are watching us. I greet my people, Biafra. I greet my Odudua people. I greet my Harewa people, and I greet the all activists throughout the country. I greet all freedom fighters. As you can see, the topic freedom fighters, and this morning we'll be talking lightly with freedom fighters and activists. Activists is different from freedom fighters, but one thing that is common in them is courage, and they are bold. Two of them are bold and courage, and the fight for people. So, and today we'll be talking about activists and freedom fighters. But one thing I want us to know, I want us to understand uh, about freedom fighters. Freedom fighters are individuals who actively resist or fight against oppressive regime. A freedom fighter is an individual who actively resist and fight against oppressive regime, colonialism, or other form of trainings to achieve freedom, independence, and human rights. That is what freedom fighters they fight. They fight against all odds that will step on your freedom. So they fight for independence, they fight for freedomship, they fight for human rights in all areas. So that's one thing about freedom fighters. And freedom fighters, they have some characteristics of freedom fighters. Freedom fighters are very courageous, willingness to risk their life and face danger for their cause. That is freedom fighter for you. They are very courageous. They are willing to live their life to face that danger because of that freedom, because of freedom of their people. They can do all things. Those are the freedom fighters. God created some people like that. They fight for people. David also fights for people. That's why he defeated Goliath. So we have so many examples inside the Bible. We have so many examples. Moses is also a freedom fighter that lead Israelites from the hands of Egypt. Is also a freedom fighter. So freedom fighter doesn't start now. Freedom fighters have started for a long period of time, and we have some people like that. And one thing about freedom fighters, they are very courageous. Freedom fighters are what? They are very courageous in doing their things. They have that courage. They are ready for anything, in as much as for their freedom. And number two characteristics of a freedom fighter, that's conviction. They have a strong belief in the mission and the importance of that freedom. Yes, that is conviction. A freedom fighter will only They will have that conviction. They will have 100% believe in that their mission. For you to be a freedom fighter, you don't say will this thing work, will this thing work, will this thing work. No, freedom fighter will always have a strong, very strong one. Even when millions of people are saying it's not possible, you will be seeing possibility. When people are seeing David that it's impossible for him to defeated Goliath, but David know the kind of God he serve, and he know say with my God all things are possible. So he has that belief and he go and he conquered. So that is one thing about freedom fighters. They always have 100% belief in it. Another thing about freedom fighter is sacrifice. Characteristics of a sacrifice of a freedom fighter. They sacrifice. Often put their personal life and interest aside for a greater goals. A freedom fighters, they will always sacrifice everything they have. They sacrifice everything they have for their program, for the freedom. So they can sacrifice anything, I mean anything. So, and the last thing, our characteristics of a freedom fighter. A freedom fighter is they have a strategic thinking, ability to plan and execute effective resistance strategy. So ability to plan and execute effective resistance strategy. They have that. A freedom fighter, they must be able to think deep. They must be able to strategize. They must be able to give a logic information. They must be able to keep secrets and plan ahead. So they always have a plans ahead of something. So in case of incasity, so they have that plan in them. That is a freedom fighter for you. That is a freedom fighter for you. So we now have we have a lot of noble people that has fight that freedom fighter before. Samuel Akpan is not the first and he will never be the last. So we have some people. I'll first start from the first person. We have the first person, Mahatma, Mahatma. So Mahatma Gandhi. We have Mahatma Gandhi. So he was one that lead India in non-violent resistance against British colonial rules. So he's also a freedom fighter. He's one that led the Indian. Is a non-violent one, non-violent resistance against British colony, and his name will never be forgotten. Another person that we have is Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela, he also fight that war. He fight that battle. He fight for that freedom for South Africa, and he won it. And that's another example. Nelson Mandela has been arrested before. He was also jailed. He was also put to prison. But at the end of the day, he still get that freedom for South Africa. South Africa know a lot of them. So that make him to become the country first black president. Black president. First black president. That make Nelson Mandela to become such. So we have Simon Bolivar. Simon Bolivar. He was one that lead the liberation of several South American countries from Spain colonies too. He was also the one that lead South American countries from Spain colonies. He's also a freedom fighter. We have another one. We have Rennie Lakish Mab. If you know the name, you can. He was one of that also led the Indian Rebellion in 1857 against British colony. So we have a lot of freedom fighters that has fight that freedom that has fight that freedom fighter We are sorry in the transmission is network that cut us short. So if you are, let me see in your comment box if you are hearing us loud and clear. Let me see in the comment box. Ngozi the boy. Good morning, all lovers of freedom. Thank you. Thank you. Please let's see in the comment box if you are hearing us before we proceed. Let's see in the comment box before we proceed. Let me also go there and check by myself. Hello. Let's see if you two are. The boy. Good morning, all lovers of freedom. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Please let's see in the comment box if you are hearing us. We shall continue the live broadcast. But let me quickly read this comment out. Let's see in the comment box before we proceed. From Chinedu Emmanuel. This comment is for, he said, Koiki, let me tell you what you don't know. Samuel Apan is not a fighter for Biafra. He is a zoo Nigerian government agent who through thought the assistance of Nigerian government DSS have killed many Igbos and will turn around put the crime on IPOB, which he is not a member. This is arrest is an arrangement between Finland and Zulu Nigeria. So yesterday he claimed to be a member of IPOB, which he is not because IPOB operates level. So in Finland, he is not a member of any unit of Finland. Please be guided with claiming. Okay, thank you for your comment. Thank you for your comment. Okay, Mr. Emmanuel said is they are hearing me loud and clear. Thank you. Like I was saying, freedom fighter doesn't start from them. Freedom fighter starts from somewhere. So, and I've mentioned the name of past freedom fighters. Now we have types of freedom fighters. We have types of freedom fighter. The first one that will be mentioning, we have armed resistance fighters. They engage in harm, struggling against oppressive regime. Regime. They so this one they engage in arm, struggle against oppressive regime. So those are the type of first type of freedom fighter, that is armed resistance fighters. The another one that we have non-violent resistance fighters. These people they use peaceful methods such as civil disobedience and boycott for their own lis civil disobedience. I will now be giving example. um Armed resistant fighters, those are the one that carry arms, and non-violence resistance activists. We have those one. Dat one is a peaceful method. They use civil disobedience, just that the government will be telling you do this and you will insist that you're not doing it. Like sit at home. If the government said you should come out and the whole people of the country resist to come out and they stay at home, they disobey. That is civil disobedience. They disobey the order, the law, the command of the government. So that is another way. So and another one is underground resistance fighters. That one, those people they operate secretly using tactics like sabotage. They will just go and sabotage some people they want to eliminate. So we have that three type of freedom fighters. Then, and I will now tell you something challenging that faced, something that is very challenges that freedom fighters do face, that the freedom fighters do face. The first one is the repressions and violence. Facing brutal suppression, imprisonment, even death, because those things are always close to them. They imprison them, they brutal them, they do a lot of things, they violate them, like what they do to Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho. They go to his house, destroy his property, destroy what everything he has, and it's not something good. They killed someone, his friend, someone close to him. They killed Adogon, they killed Afar. So those things, they arrest his household. They take in, they arrest them, they put them into prison, into their custody for more than a month. They spend a lot of money going to court, coming back. Him himself was also arrested. So they face a lot of that kind of thing. So you can, if they arrest such people and they take them to prison, it's part of their character, it's part of their life, it's close to them. So that thing make them more stronger. We at home that are just looking at them, we will be the one to be saying, this thing is this thing is this thing is this. It's not good. Oh. To them, it's part of what make them more stronger. You have internal conflict, that is managing disagreement and power struggle within a resistance movement. That is another challenge, like what Samuel Akman is also facing. Even in Yoruba nation, that's what Sunday Igboho is also facing. Disagreement always come, power struggle always come. This is our boss, this is our oga. Some people will say, Samuel Akpan has nothing to offer them. He's working for federal government, he's working for the Nigerian government. Some Nnamdi Kanu is also working. But what me I shall believe, in as much Samuel Akpan is still talking about it and he did not let the noise to go down, if he is still hammering on it, that still make the spirits to still be awake. As people are listening to him, many spirits are being awakened. So let's just know that is part of their characteristics. Some people will say, Unitary is our kini o. Some people will say Sunday Igboho, kini kan. All those things is part of it. Disagreements always happen. Fight for power is always happen. So that is the challenging one. International support. International support is another challenges that freedom fighter face, because securing recognition and support from the global community is not easy. Is not what? Is not easy. And the personal sacrifice, enduring hardship, separation from loved ones, emotional trauma is also part of their this thing, because they have to stay away from their family. They have to stay away from their loved one because of what they are carrying, so that it will not affect them. So those are the challenges of a freedom fighter. And what people, you that are now close to freedom fighters, what are you supposed to be careful of? The first thing, on safety and security. Be aware of the risks. If you are close to the freedom fighters, be aware of the risk. Understanding potential danger and threats associated with the work alongside the freedom fighters. You have to understand it. Understand the potential danger and threat associated with working alongside with the freedom fighters. You have to be strong also. And if you can't do it, you have to stay away from it. Don't allow him, don't allow your own fear to jeopardize his own cause. So maintaining confidentiality. You have to keep sensitive information confidential to protect the freedom fighters and the movement. If you are close to any freedom fighters, you have to keep a lot of things confidential. A secret is whereabout is this, is that, you have to be secret. So you have to make sure you are careful, you are not a loose mouth person. So developing a security protocol, establish a plan for emergency situation such as arrest, because arrest will always come to that kind of people. They will arrest them, they will brutal them, they will do a lot of, so um you have to develop a security protocol for yourself and the household and him too. If this thing happen, this is what. So you have to have a better plan. So emotional well-being is also part of what you should be thinking about, because management to manage stress of that kind of person, because working with a freedom fighter can be emotionally demanding. Yes, a lot of emotionally demanding. because you want to care for them. Set boundary because you are working with them, you have to set boundary. Establish clear boundary to maintain a healthy work-life balance. Yes, set boundary. So seek support is also part of it. Connect with other who understand the challenges and stress of working with a freedom fighter. Then you have to seek more support from people that understand it. Then the next thing you should have to be after is communication and trust. Communication and trust. If you are working with a freedom fighter, you have to establish open communication. You have to be reliable and dependable, and you have to respect their decision. You respect their decision. Then personal growth and development. Learn from their experience. You have to learn from their experience. Working with a freedom fighter can be a transformative experience. Reflect on your growth and development. So you have to learn from their experience. Develop new skill, acquire skills that can be benefit to the movement and your personal growth. Yes, acquire more skill, learn more, do more research about it. Those that have done it in the past, how did they do it? Learn from it. So networking is also part of it. Build relationship. You have to network and build more relationship. Connect with like-minded individual and build relationship that can support your work. Yes, you have to build it. So working with the freedom fighter is always challenging, always challenges. So then you have to prepare for it. Like I said, the arrest of Simon Hackman, to me, that is part of them. And the man will still move out. The man will still be free. And Biafra will still get their independence. Oduduwa Republic will still get their independence. What we are trying to say is this thing doesn't call for fight. Even though that the federal government of Nigeria are not as selfish. What they should have done is setting a round table, not dictating for people. Let them set a referendum, let people vote if na restructuring they want or their independence. Then let people judge, not you dictating for them. Then you think arresting them will stop. Biafra is a spirit. You arrest Nnamdi Kanu, the fight still continue. And that is what you are still seeing. If you arrest Samuel Akpa, the fight still continue. Though the best thing is you set a round table, set a referendum, which Biafra have already done. But you too can do your own part. So let's all set things straight and let's try and move things forward. So don't dictate for people, and the way you are doing to your citizen is push them outside to go and claim another country. Samuel Akpan is also a Finland. So he said he's not a Nigerian, but he's also a Biafran. So dual citizenship, Biafran and Finland. So and Finland once said, according to the law, Finland citizen was because Finland citizen was also involved. So extradition will not be possible because Finland and Nigeria doesn't have such agreement. So and the Finland authority once told the Nigerian government that anytime anything about Akpan had to be done according to the law because a Finnish citizen was involved. Yes, so I want you to hammer on that one. Mandela was also arrested. Sunday Igboho was also arrested, but they get their freedom back. So about some people jubilating, continue, but that won't stop Biafra. Let's be on the lookout what December 2 we say. Let's be on the lookout what December 2 we say. December 2 is another thing. So if you like, say bad thing. If you like, say good thing. So the man still remains strong. The man still remains strong. So what we are saying is let's have authority over our land. Yoruba should have authority over the land. Igbo, Biafra people should have their own, and Arewa should have their own. We want to remain friend, not family. You can't force someone to be your family. If it's not for your family, it's not your family. So, but being a friend, you can still preach, they can still be a friend. You be your friend keeper, you can still be a friend and the relationship will still continue to last long. But forcing us to be a family, being a brother and sisters, being a family is by which if I was born in a family and I don't want to be associated with the family, you can't force me. It's my own decision. It's my own decision. Hey, Mr. Emmanuel, you are one. Those that crucify Jesus Christ because your ignorance is too much to understand what is bringing insecurity in Biafra land. Nigerian is bringing insecurity to Biafra land, not Akpan. Yes, not Akman. Akman is not bringing insecurity to Nigeria into Nigeria. Is the Nigerian government that is bringing insecurity because they want to continue to oppress people. They want to continue to oppress our citizens. That's what they've been known for. They've been known for. Like the video that go viral when a soldier brutalized a citizen. Actually, a lot of citizens are ignorant of the law, of the rules of law, all those law. A lot are ignorant of it, which is not an excuse. But as the man did what he did, what would have been a best thing is to teach and correct, not to brutalize. So not to brutalize. It has been stated in the constitution. Any convoy going, any convoy, even a burial convoy, you are not meant you are not meant to overtake a convoy, be it ambulance or burial convoy, wedding convoy, soldier convoy, irrespectively of that convoys, have to give them their space. Convoy is convoy, and talk less of the general convoy, a whole general of army force. I'm not saying what they did is right. Please give us some minutes. I'm not saying what they did is right, but what I'm trying to tell you is let's try to run away from evil because country is evil, is not where human being supposed to be living, na animal. So we too always behave like animal. So please give me some minutes. So that is what I would just want us to discuss today. And I'm still expecting more comments. Thank you, Mr. Michael, for the comments. Samuel Akman is not bringing insecurity to Nigerian. Sunday Go is not bringing insecurity to Nigerian. OLAYOMI KOIKI is not bringing insecurity to Nigerian. It's the Nigerian government that is bringing insecurity to the land, and we have to s- call a spade a spade. Uh, I will advise the Nigerian government to let people determine what they want, not you determine for them, not you dictating for them, not you telling them what to do. Let them tell you what they want, and what they want is their freedom. We know freedom is not easy because of people sitting on it. There are also people of high caliber. But one thing is sure, that the freedom is certain. It might take a time, it might take a long period of time, but freedom is always a freedom. So thank you for joining us. We spent 30 minutes on the program. And good morning, Biafran and Yoruba Nation. Mr. Genesis, thank you for the greeting. So all I know for certain is freedom is sure. Be it now, be it later, we will surely get our freedom. Our own children will not suffer from this kind of suffering that we are suffering because Nigerian is bleeding. Nigerian is So that is what Mr. Genesis also said. Nigerian has expired. Yes, Nigerian has expired. I don't know why they want to renew it. They're saying they want restructuring, they want restructuring. If they want restructuring, which time of restructuring has gone? That is what they should have done for a very long period of time. But when people are now saying they are even tired of that name of Nigeria, and they are now saying bringing a restructuring to just cool down the tempo. But if you want to, if you know what you want, there is one person in the Bible, and I want the people in the comment box to put the name of the person. I won't say the name. There was someone in the Bible that went to one family in the name that he want to marry one of his daughter, and when he has worked for a long period of time, so after he worked for a long period of time, when it's time, he has done what he was asked to do, they now gave him another daughter in the family, which is not the person he wants. They now said if you want this second person, you have to do another this thing, but the person have to do it because he know what he wants. He know what he wants and he go for it. What we want is our freedom, not restructuring that we will still be under that same umbrella. We will still be under same umbrella. We want freedom, total freedom, not temporary one. That is what we want because Nigerian is gone. How much is fuel? 1,000 plus. That's what they are selling for in this country where we have that fuel. Mr. Genesis said, if we actualize our nation, going to abroad shouldn't be a testimony, honestly. Yes, honestly. People celebrate because they go to another country. If our own country is good and is better, even people will not want to go out. How many American are you seeing them coming to our land here? Only if they come to just come and do something and they don't jubilate for it. That because I'm going to Nigeria and they are not jubilating. No, 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 no. Mr. Genesis have mentioned the name of the man, which is Jacob. Then what's the name of the two wife they now gave to him? The first and the second. So my brothers and sisters, let's fight for what we want, which is our freedom. That is what we want. We want freedom. We want what? Freedom. We want what? Freedom. Yoruba nation is not going back. Yoruba nation is not going back. Let's stand with what we have and let's see what we can get out of what we still remain in this our land. Not sharing it with people that does not even know the value. I greet my boss OLAYOMI KOIKI. I greet all our people around each state. I greet Professor Banji Akintoye. I greet Sunday Adeyemago. I greet Samuel Hackman. I greet Imazin Adekano. May Almighty God continue to strengthen you and continue to stay with you and your family. Yoruba Nation is not going back and will stand with it forever. Thank you for joining us today. We will see you another day. There, but before we go, let's play this our own jingle from Koikimedia. Koikimedia also have a jingle that will dance and dance and dance. When we dance, then we'll move to next thing. So for us to play this our song, and I also appreciate all our fans and all our supporters, all our fans, all our supporters. We greeted you. Thank you, and God will continue to strengthen you. God Almighty will continue to bless you. So, and God Almighty will continue to answer for your prayer. But when this freedom will come to pass, you will not be found wanted then because you will still be alive to celebrate it.
Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa ń dé mádémádé. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa wọ̀ máa wọ̀ máa wọ̀ o. Ìgbó máa wọ̀ gbádé òjì ò gbọ́dọ̀ wọ̀. àjòjì tó bá wọbẹ̀ á tẹ̀lé ní bọ́ra. Ẹ̀yin ló máa náwó òyìnbó tó dé ìgbà tó yìnbó dé o owó náà dẹ́kun pọ̀ sí o Koikimedia ṣàwa ní bàbá. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Àdáńtọ́ àtúnpèrè gidi. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Àwa là ń gbé tò lárugẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbọ́ o. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Àtúnjà fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Ọmọ Òdùwà ni wá o tọkàntọkàn. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Ikú tí ó ṣe bí lébi òsì àdìmú bàbá iyọ̀. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. We bring you up closer to your doorstep. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Afẹ́fẹ́ tó ń fẹ́ òòdùn kan ní oko lára ni. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Àpèrè gèdè Olódùmarè ló fún wa ṣe. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Gbogbo ayé ẹ gbọ́, àwa ní bàbá o. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Ẹ máa bọ̀ wá ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà yín wá o. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Òdodo alágbèdá ní òtítọ́ lágbèdá ní. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. A kì í sọ̀dálẹ̀, a kì í sọdí kẹta. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Àdúró tán, àtúnpẹ̀rẹ̀ gèdè. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Koikimedia we bring you up closer to your doorstep. Koikimedia is around. Is around, oh. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, Koikimedia is around. Koikimedia.
So thank you. See you next time till we meet again. God bless you. Today we are bringing the lives for you today. Today is November 22, 2024. November 22, 2024, and the broadcast ended by 10:45 a.m. Thank you and God bless you. Koikimedia will bring the word closer to your doorstep.